was glad I could escape those nights. Finally. Oh. Hello. Come here. Come sit at this bonfire. It is the night. It is cold. Warm up. Sit away. Oh. This land is harsh, isn't it? Being chased by knights and some beasties. Oh. At least the night sky is beautiful. A thing that we could admire. This is quite a peculiar meeting. Who am I? Well, I can ask you the same question. Well, let me introduce myself. Well, you can just say I'm a traveler from a far, far land. I wish I could tell you my name, but I don't remember my name. Yes, I cannot remember my name. Yes. Now, I can ask you the same. Who are you, and where have you come from? Oh, you're what they call tarnished. I've heard about that. And you're here for a mission of your own. Sounds very familiar. I see. Now, I did say I was a traveler, but you can call me an undead traveler. Don't look surprised. There are undead here as well, don't you? No. Those skeletons in those dungeons. Ugh. Feisty things. Even if you beat them up with the mace, they just come back sometimes. But, well, I am an undead traveler. I guess we are acquainted. Untarnished of this land and an undead traveler from a different place. Now, if you are from here, I do have some questions. Could you tell me a bit about that tree? I've not seen it anywhere else where I was living. It is a tree that's glowing bright yellow like the sun itself. Oh, it's called what? The Erd tree. There's a few scattered around. Might be significant. And underneath it looks like a castle. Is that where you're headed? You don't know yet. Maybe you are. My story. Talkative. Sure. Looks like you have just started your journey to, I guess, whatever that castle is. I'll tell you a bit of mine. Me, I'm called an undead. The origins of this name of person stems from where I lived. It's a normal kingdom. Yes, stories are everywhere, but it's a normal kingdom. I was one of the knights of that kingdom, protecting the people, serving their king. But the undead curse came in, and the people who are dead sprung back to life. And this curse, at first, seems like a blessing. You die, you come back, and you seem normal. You're still yourself. You're doing your everyday things, either going to the merchant, or going to an adventure, or searching for some legendary relic or something. But after time passes, or you die multiple times, you start losing yourself, losing your humanity, losing what you are. You forget everything. Eventually, your name, your comrades, your family, everything that you associate with, you will eventually forget about it. And you will just be a husk of your former self, walking around, trying to devour others' souls. Essentially harming anyone that's around you, or around your walking corpse. The horrendous curse put upon us by the gods. Yeah, it's very cold. Yes, and I am one of those undead. Yes, I've died multiple times. First by trying to save the people via the undead that's rising. But I woke up again as I died. I stand up, thinking I was just defeated by an undead. Yet I am still here, talking to myself. As time passed, from I became a knight to a traveler, running away from this wretched kingdom that has befallen this curse. So many undead, and then there's also demons. Wretched things as well. Commands the power of fire, pyromancy, and crazy clerics who are obsessed with faith, who try to, well, deceive and get souls and take souls from people and absorb them for themselves. Greedy people. And then there's this one character who just cannot leave my mind. I was tricked again and again, twice to be exact, by a person called Patches. A bald man with a large shield and a wing spear. I met him once while I was traveling a ruined town. And then he started to say, I found some treasure. Friend, I'll have it. I'll have it in a jiffy, but first take a look and see how long the fall is before I'll go and get it. Both of us. As I looked down this hole, I got kicked down. And he says with these words, there's no treasure down there. The real treasure is gonna be me. profiling, stealing from your corpse. But I managed to escape and talked to damn Patches, and at least he gave me something. I forgive them. Desperate times, you do desperate things to get something to survive. And then we travelled. And he tricked me again. Same thing. And that's where I lost complete trust over that damn conniving bald man. But at least we have each other. I don't trust him, but at least he's with me during my travels. And then one day, we set up camp, and it was cold like the night. Rested. I couldn't stand to open my eyes any longer. Fell asleep. I woke up, and I was here. And some other, I can say, tarnish that I've met during my travels here. They call this place the Lands Between. And there you can see giants and a caravan of people holding treasure. But one of my tarnished mates tried to steal from it. I covered his back with arrows. Oh, wait, that sounds horrible. No. I covered his back, watching for any enemies, any hostile knights, or anyone that tried to attack him. I defended, but there was too many, and he got annihilated. Couldn't save him. Greedy people, isn't it? So I see how Patches dislike the greedy. It gets to people and you just forget what's danger. So that's my story. I was a knight in a kingdom, befelled by the undead curse, left it to become a traveller, meeting a certain person called Patches. And then we rested at a bonfire, and now I'm here. It may sound short, but it's a long journey. Decades, more, probably over 100 years. I am undead. I cannot die. The only thing that I've forgotten was my name. I remember everything else. I remembered Patches. So that was... Do you want to hear more? You are greedy, aren't you? Places I've been. Well, Lordran was the place I was captured because I was an undead. Put me into the undead asylum where the undead will just be staying there till the end of time. Well, before that, let me talk about the story of how everything began. The story of the gods, the dragons, and the wars. You need to tell me your story after I'm done. So, how this began. First, was just an age of fog. Ancient trees lined together like a forest. Lots of trees. And then stoned undead no, just ancient dragons, scales of stone. They are not dead. They are not living. They are just entities that reside there. There was no war. There was no famine. There was only peace and quiet, because life did not exist. It was just, imagine time frozen in grey. Nothing happens. And I mean nothing. But one day, from the grey trees, grey fog, sparks of light was emitted. It was the souls of the lords. And then our ancestors, the humans, have founded these souls and became the gods that we know. One of them was the god of sunlight, Gwyn. The chaos witches of Isolith, and the grave lord Nito, the first of the dead. These are the three lords. Yes, they are called gods, but in the books they are called lords. They are living beings with great power. We just refer them as gods. So, these three beings, Lord of Sunlight, Gwyn, Witches of Isolith, and Grave Lord Nito, these three rise with the power of their souls. The god of sunlight, Gwyn, started the rebellion against the dragons who resided in the Age of Grey woodlands. Commanded with the power of lightning, Gwyn struck the dragons. And, it was a rough battle. For every 3 men, 1 dragon was slain. It was, a nasty battle. Gwynwood struck lightning to those of the dragons, removing their scales, and the witches of Isolith burned their flesh, and then the last stake to the coffin, a nail to the coffin, was Grave Lord Nito, created miasma to do the finishing blow to the dragons. And to aid them in battle, a traitorous pale drake called Seath the Scalers told the weakness of the dragons to Lord Gwyn, which is their stone scales that gave them immortality. And the Age of Grey was over. And now Gwyn and his companions created the Age of Fire. And this is where humans prospered with the gods, they said. But as time passes, this would not be forever. Peace will not be forever. The gods would now sense a new presence, a new threat called the dark the abyss. It lingers in every human, and it's called humanity. Yes, our emotions, our desires, that is called humanity. Ourselves, our consciousness. It may mean different to other people, but every human has humanity, and that is a fraction. It is, you can say, a piece of darkness, the abyss. Gwyn now sees these new threat to his age of fire. He has branded these humans with the dark sign, which prevented this darkness from, well, flowing out of us to seal it away. And so, by doing that, the undead curse began. As I said, the gods pretty much gave the curse of the undead to us humans. As time goes by, though, more undead rise, and the power of Gwyn himself begin to fade like the flames that he lit long ago. And eventually, the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. But there's a ritual called the linking of the fire that continues this cycle perpetuously until someone stops it. It will continue over and over. Before the darkness, the abyss will consume fire. Someone must be sacrificed, a very powerful individual, to link the fire and increase the fire's potency again, to remain the age of fire as the dominant one compared to the dark. And that's what happened to my kingdom. The undead curse began to manifest. The kingdom has fallen. The king was a coward. He fled without anyone noticing. Or everyone just kept quiet. The kingdom was in disarray, and I left, and my story began. Now, I think you tell your story next time. I'm very cold and very sleepy from running around trying to escape these mad knights from killing me. So, I hope I meet you again tomorrow. I will sleep now. If you do ever leave, I wish you luck on your mission. You'll tell a bit more about yourself and your mission. Oh, how generous. Now, what is it? The Elden Ring has been shattered. What's that? And that's why this place is in a state of disarray. The ring, Elden Ring, is made out of runes. Oh, you mean words of magic. So you mean the Elden Ring is a ring, huge ring, but pieces. Small pieces combined into small pieces of words, runes on rocks, metal, whatever. Oh. And that creates logic. Oh. I think I understand. But someone broke it. And everything is crumbling, like the ring itself. Aha. And so you are the one who has to fix it, I guess. And become the Elden Lord. What a mantle. Let's see. Well, good luck. I hope I meet you again. Two people from different lands conversing is weird. You know what? I'll join you in your adventure. Becoming the Elden Lord. Fixing the ring if you can. I have nothing better to do. Might as well help you. But first, let's take a rest. Let's wait until sunrise. We are in no state of talking anymore. I can see you are fading away, trying to fall asleep. Let's go to bed.